Hey tubers, me again. So this is for guys that have a 2000 Toyota 4Runner manual transmission. My truck is 19 years old and it stopped working. And I thought for sure that it was a fuel pump. You would expect at 20 years old that the fuel pump would go out. I'm learning an awful lot. I did all the first things that you got to do. You know, you got to go in here. This is under your main fuse box, whatever. Over here, this is the EFI, electronic fuel injection relay. I don't really have a tester for that. Yeah, it was clicking, so I switched it out with two other ones. These are all the same, so they're all interchangeable, just to verify that that bad boy is working. So that is eliminated. Checked all the fuses. All the fuses in here are good. All the fuses under here are good. I even checked the relay down there. This is all loose before I put it back in. Even the one right here, that relay is good. The one on top, that one is good. That's a flasher. I don't know if you can see it. That's a flasher. There is another 4-pronged relay right there. So that's not it. Basically what I was looking for is called an open circuit relay. And that directly runs to the pump. I could not find it. The way that it works, that open circuit relay is up underneath of there is the ECM. By the way, if you ever need to take that out in a 2004 Runner, it's very easy. Undo the 4 Cannon plugs that are there. The middle one is empty, and you just undo the 2 screws and it slides right out. It's that simple. So anyways, that open circuit relay, which I could not find, here's how it works. When you take and you turn, there's 5 prongs onto it. There's the power that comes in, there's a ground, there is a running hot, there's the wire that goes to the fuel pump, and the other one goes to like, I think it's like mass airflow. Once the engine knows that it's got, or the ECM knows that the engine is running, this power will turn off. It'll go to the middle one and continue to supply power to the fuel pump. I couldn't find the relay, so the only way I could do it is because it only stays on for like a half a second after you let go of the start when it goes into the on position. So back behind the driver's seat, there is this cover. It's underneath the carpet, and there's the port. There's the plug. This one goes over here underneath the seat. No big deal. But the power wire that goes to the, let me focus. The power wire that goes to the fuel pump is this blue one with the orange tracer. Okay, so what I did is, like, I used a test light. I grounded it, and then I put it inside here on the the blue wire with the orange tracer, and I leaned over, and when I turned the key to start it, to turn over the motor, the test light would light up, and then once I let go of the key, it would stay lit for like another half second. That means that it's got power at least to here, going down to the fuel pump. I already replaced a fuel pump by myself, dropped this stupid tank. It's got a third tank of gas in it, so it's a little bit sloshy. But I did all that. I put in the new fuel pump. Where the heck's a box? One of these. It came with What's the part number? You can... Overheated camera, guys. So anyways, it came with all the filters, all the hose things, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, but since now I know that I'm getting signal all the way to the top, and what I did do, I already threw the old pump away. I took the old pump and I put it on a battery and it ran. So I'm like, oh crap. But it was 19 years old, and at $30, I didn't think it was, I was happy to replace it anyway. Just whatever. So now I have to go and check the wire that goes from, because this is the top of the gas tank. Now I have to go from here 6 inches down and see if the problem is right in there. That's also like where your fuel gauge sending unit is and all that stuff. But if it's the wiring from here down to there, I'm going to be a little bit miffed after all that. I even tried jump starting it. I ran directly from the battery, so instead of using this bridle, I circumvented all the relays and everything. I grounded this out, put the and then ran the circuit over there to get the pump to work, and nothing. There's no power to the pump. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know. So when I figure it out, I'll be back and let you know what's going on. Okay, tubers, so here we are. Before we take and put this, the tank back in, I've used my jumper cables as some leads. And because we had to rewire to go to the new pump, it wasn't the exact same fitting. So I had to use the old fittings and solder in the connections. So yeah, trust, but we need to verify. So we got the ground, which is on this side of the plug, and then the positive over there. And then Gary's going to touch them together and then watch the end of the pump. Okay, that's it. So we know. The cool thing is that we know that the pump works and that it's gonna energize the fuel line. What I haven't 100% isolated is I never did find that circuit open relay, but I did go and put the test light onto here, and then put the test light onto here, and when I turned the key, I got power to this side, and it did stay for like a half a second after I turned the key off. That's exactly what it's supposed to do as far as supplying power to the to the fuel pump. So I'll be back, and hopefully this bad chicken will be running. All right, bye. Okay, you guys, so before I wrap this up, I'm gonna try to answer any of the questions that I think that you're already gonna have. I mean, I literally spent 3-4 hours researching. I could not, and then, I mean, I like YouTube and everything, duh, I'm a YouTuber, but it's so hard when you type in, like for me, I'm looking 2000 4Runner open circuit relay, and there's stuff from 90, 94, 95. There's like everything except for what you're looking for, and it makes me insane. So the question that you might have is, okay, first of all, your symptom needs to be that that you're not getting power to the pump. Mine was initially a faulty wiring connection that inside the tank that went down to the pump. So I ended up resoldering wires and making the connection. That's how I solved my issue on this one. There were no check engine lights. There was, and it happened right out of the blue. So the ways that, they're saying, oh, well, some guys will say it's the cam position sensor and the crankshaft position sensor. If you got a bad one of those, then if it tries to talk to the ECM, it doesn't know when to fire or some crap like that. You know what? I took the air filter off. I mean, I work on 2-strokes or small engines all the time. Because I don't want to spray carb spray right in there, the right down the barrel, because the mass airflow sensor is right over here, and you don't want to take and put that chemical. It's special cleaner for those. So anyways, I took the air filter and I just went and I sprayed it with a bunch of carburetor spray. So when I did turn the key over, that it was just going to get the fumes and the vapors. Text message. Sorry, somebody wants something. I didn't want to end up having to buy a new mass airflow sensor. I turned the key, it started right up. When the fumes were gone from the filter, then it stalled. So that eliminated, what do you call it? That the cam position sensor is bad, or the crankshaft position sensor was bad. So I know that I was running. It was strictly a fuel issue. It just wasn't getting gas. And everything I tried, I could not get power to that pump. And yet, like I said in the other part of the video, it goes to that blue wire with the orange tracer. It was doing exactly what it's supposed to do. The zombie. It only sends power to the fuel pump when the key is in the start position, not in the run position. And it'll linger for about a half a second after you come out of, the start mode and to put it into the run. It'll just linger there for about, a half a second. And that is controlled by the circuit open relay. And I never found it, guys. I just never found it. But if you use a test light, because the reason why I spent so much time on this thing is like, I am not the guy that's, like when you take your car down to the shop or whatever, and these guys, yeah, they got some diagnostic stuff, but like, I don't think that they're using their IQs very much. They just start throwing parts at it until something sticks. And that's not me. The way that things were leading right before I went and started doing the tests down to the blue trace, the blue wire with the orange tracer, because I couldn't find that circuit open relay, I'm thinking ECM. Those are $1,000. There's no way I'm doing that. No way. The next course of action was, that was going to be the next one if I couldn't find that relay. Luckily, I found that it was just wiring inside the tank. That's what made the old one stop working. When I put the new one in, it wouldn't run, so I had to drop the tank again. Then I did a continuity test. I still didn't trust it, even though I soldered in the wires. That's why you saw in the part where, while it was on the ground, we used the jumper cables as leads and just touched them there for a second, and it shot gas out of it like a champ. So I knew I was good after that. So yeah, I'm not going to throw parts at it and just hope something sticks. There's all kinds of stuff people are going to tell you, that, under this port here underneath the lid, there's, what do you call it? So you can put pressure to the rail. If the fuel pump's not working, this isn't going to do you any good, because inside of here it'll say F with a little P. I can't get it to focus. And then a B plus, that's the battery. So if you jump these things right here, you can actually turn on the fuel pump, sorry. But if you're not getting power to the pump, that's not going to do you not a damn bit of good. So it's like, when you come up with an idea, you got to verify it. And then that's exactly what we did. And then it took a little bit, and yeah, to fix this problem could easily send you way over $1,000, if you take it down to the shop. But if you do it yourself and you figure it out, yeah, it's your time, it's your labor. I took that tank out twice by myself, put it in once by myself, and then had Gary help me on the last one, the second time. So total cost was, in parts, $27. We fixed this thing, put in a new fuel pump, new filter, all that happy horse crap for $27. So that to me is a win-win. Trust but verify. All right, guys, thanks for watching. I promise you, if one of you guys is having this problem and you're scouring the internet, leave a comment down below, because I know this little sucker inside out now. I know everything about that fuel part, and throwing money at it's not the answer. So you just gotta go through a bunch of checks and balances. So anyways, hey, good luck. If you got a question, I'll be happy to. I'm pretty good at answering pretty fast. So if you're going through this and it's frustrating, Jesus Christ, is this frustrating? It's horrible. So anyways, all right, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you on the next video. I'm done. I'm running again. I'm happy, and I'm out.